Welcome everyone. So this is a tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio, obviously this will be for you. Also, if you're a different sign and you're interested in what's happening with the Scorpio, this might be interesting for you as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The cards are laid out in my usual positions, which go head, heart, back, hands, and feet. And the explanation for those are below in the video description, so you can take a look at those, but I'm going to explain as I go anyway. Now, before I even get started, I'm just going to talk about how I felt when I shuffled. I did pick up a little bit of a jittery, kind of stumbling over yourself energy. That's what I was picking up on. We'll see if like a 7 of Cups comes up or something like that. So let's get started. First position I want to look at, I always start in the recent past. That's just where I like to go, and that's this position here. So I have the Knight of Swords with the Oracle card of Virgo. Wow, this is laser-focused mental prowess. This is like thinking about one thing exclusively. Laser focused on one thing. It's like you're just thinking about one thing over and over. Virgo also can be your own personal health, because as you can see, Virgo is like, it's showing a person there. And usually I can also read that as your own personal body, your health, your aesthetics, your personal being. Could be that you've been putting a lot of attention to yourself, but in general, I'm just getting a mental focus on one thing. Let's see what else comes out here. Neptune. Interesting. Mental focus on something nebulous, on your ideals, or perhaps an idea. Okay, because Neptune is just idea. It's purely mental. All right, or imagination. Neptune is all those things. So we also have the cave, and along with Neptune describing the recent past here. It's like we're hiding out in a cave, right? Going through, like obsessing over some idea, some thought. Could have to do with the person here, another individual. Doesn't have to be. This is almost like more of a fantasy or an ideal than events that happened. On the bottom, we do have the staff. So there could be a lot of passion involved. That could be, you know, why this has been, you know, on your mind. Okay. If this isn't you, by the way, I could just be picking up on energy for somebody around you. This could be like another person near you. So keep that in mind as we keep going. All right. Now, let's move into the present, and I might, you know, get a little more information about the recent past anyway as we go. So let's take a look in the present. I think I'm going to start at the position of the heart. This is going to tell me how you guys are feeling. So I have the 4 of Swords with Mercury. So in the same way that, you know, like I was saying, we're kind of in a cave, because we're basically in our heads, in a cave in our heads, in the cave of our heads, we can say. But there's still that like kind of lull going. We're feeling like we need it to process. Okay. Yeah, we need the rest to process. We need time to process our thoughts. Still, it's ongoing. That's it. I feel like I don't need to explain that any further. Let's keep going. All right, so the next position is the position of the head. That is specific to your thoughts. Since this is like a very thought-heavy reading, I'm interested to see what these cards are going to say. These are going to probably be the most important cards of the reading. So I have the 5 of Wands here with the Cup. So what's running through our thoughts specifically? Again, there is something that we're specifically like laser focused on. Well, like I was saying before, there could be a person involved. There is. We have the Cup here. So there are people involved. There's emotions involved. I think there's people's emotions involved, whether that's your own or people who are just emotionally invested in this. Because the 5 of Wands is like, there's a disagreement, but it's like people are invested emotionally. You know, it's like it's like a touchy subject. That's how I want to say it. It's a touchy subject. And you need time to process it privately before you go forward. Because it really does, I think, cause a lot of, I want to say, it ranges, 5 of Wands can range from debate to like a full-on brawl, right? So that's the energy we're talking about, because people are just really invested in this. Let me pull one card here and see what else comes up. Anything else here for the position of the head here? For my Scorpios. We have a few cards. We have 4 cards. I'm going to just lay them out right on top. We have the 0, we have the bread, the king, and the hand. The 0, the bread, the king, and the hands. Yeah, you know, someone just kind of expected to receive something. I feel like someone's just expecting to get something without doing anything. It's like, oh, I am deserving of this. I am deserving of this. I need this. But I feel like they haven't actually asked for it. Maybe that's you, you know? Maybe that's how you're thinking about all of this, is you're thinking to yourself, like, I deserve something. I deserve something. I need something. I should just be given that something. And that comes in conflict with what other people's beliefs. Other people don't think the same way. And there's like an emotional response to that. But that's how I'm seeing this. One or two people, one person is basically almost like entitlement, but I'm not getting like a negative vibe from this. Maybe they really are deserving of this thing because they need it. Because the bread is need. I'm actually put these down. The bread is need. Because, you know, it could be that they have nothing. Could be that they have nothing, but and they are deserving because they're still the king. You could be the king with nothing. King is really more about a state of mind, I feel. But they might actually not have a lot of resources, and they might be deserving of things, and this is where it comes in conflict with other people's belief systems. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to get stuck there. So let's take a look at what you or this person, this could be vice versa, are doing about this whole situation. I feel like you guys are just resting because you need the rest, and you guys have been hermiting, really just sitting in your head. But let's see what you guys have been doing about it. All right, so you guys have been putting a lot of money into something. 6 of Pentacles with Pluto is big time money moves. It's big money investments. Could also be vice versa, where you're receiving big money, where you're getting something really huge. Pluto is like, God, it's like an inheritance. Pluto would be just like a gigantic chunk of money or something of extreme value. That comes with just a lot of power attached to it, because that is Pluto. Either you are giving something of that caliber away, or you are receiving it. Now remember, what we were talking about, somebody feels like they are entitled to something here. Now, there's a giving and there's receiving, and there's someone who feels entitled, right? And then there's other people who disagree with that. Put that all together, how it fits for your story. Let's see what these other cards have to say here. So I have the head with the mouth, with the oracle card of the, this is the wizard's tower, not a bad tower like the tarot tower. This is a good tower. It's like purely wisdom. So we have the wizard's tower, the mind, and the mouth. It's like, we know what we're talking about. That's the thing, is I feel like you guys have really thought this through. You've really thought this through. Even though you feel like you need more time to process it, I think you actually know what you're talking about more so than other people. And you know what you're talking about. And I think that this could just be purely saying, like, I am deserving of this big bonus. I am deserving of this fat check, of this inheritance. Or that person is deserving of that fat check, that inheritance, because you know what you're talking about. Okay. So let's keep going and move on to the future. So let's see how this is all going to pan out. It could be that you are speaking out on behalf of yourself or another person in this situation. All right, let's see what these cards have to say. So I have here, okay. So now we come to the energy that you've been moving to, which is the energy I picked up in the beginning, which was the stumbling over yourself. So this is where you can stumble over yourself, because we have the 3 of Wands in reverse with Pisces. You don't know where to go next. You don't know where to go next, or who to talk to next. Like, who's on your side, or like, who is the right third-party person to go to. There's just an ambiguity as to who can help you, or who this third-party person is. Let's see what else comes out here. That has to do, remember, this all has to do with someone claiming a big fat inheritance, or a big fat, power. Someone gaining something huge that, according to them, is deserving. I think they are deserving, because according to you, they're deserving. Yeah, I think they're deserving. Tell me about the 3 of Wands in reverse with Pisces, please. Okay. Wow. So we have the cave with the sun. So again, the cave, we're all the way back to the beginning. stuff you guys have been thinking about, right? You're still thinking about it moving into the future. Makes sense, but the cave is kind of referencing that past to future. It's ongoing, but it's a complex situation. Whatever the situation here that involves a lot of money, most situations that involve a lot of money or power or property do, they are complex. And this involves a lot of money. It requires a lot of unearthing, a lot of viewing, a lot of consideration, a lot of thinking. On the bottom, we have the mind. And it could just be that it also requires a third party, whether that be like, I don't know, an institution, an organization, a bank, a loan person, someone who acts as like an intermediary, third party, arbitrator, that kind of an energy here. And there's a question as to who that person is, because this is like a complicated situation. Okay. Let me just take a quick peek on top here to see if we can dig up anything else. Okay, so we do have the 7 and the throne. That really gives me inheritance vibes. Inheritance vibes. Honestly, it's like property that someone is like left behind, right? It's like property that was left behind to someone. That's really what I'm getting here. Property, resources, could just be straight up money, but with Pluto here, if it's money, it's a lot of money. It's like a big chunk of money. Okay, let's get advice for you guys to see. I mean, I feel like there is a question as to what to do coming up in the future. So let's pull advice and see if we can answer that question. All right, let's get some answers here for Scorpio. I'm going to do 1 tarot and 1 oracle card, or however many I feel like coming out. Can I have advice for my Scorpios? Have advice for my Scorpios, please. Oh, that was fast. Wow. That peeker sort of wanted to come out, so I'll pull it out and put it underneath. I have the Fool. So, the Fool means you don't have to do anything. To be honest, the Fool means you don't have to do anything. Let's pull an oracle card. Let's see here. Can I have advice here for my Scorpios? Why don't they have to do anything? So the 5 of Cups, I feel like if you try too hard, nothing's going to happen. This is one of the situations where it's like the harder you look, the more you won't find. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. You got to wait. Well, the needle's not going to come. This is a bad example. But you're not going to find it until, the time is right. I don't know. Until, people whittle away all of the hay and it's just left at the bottom. The right time, the Fool, the right moment, like serendipity. The harder you try at this, I feel like this is just not the right moment to try hard at it. Not in the short-term future. Oh, and then look at this. I'm just literally holding the hourglass. So, just gotta wait. Timing issue, right? Timing issue. While you wait, we also have Leo, which is the other chunk of cards that fell to the other side. So kind of just like live in the moment. Enjoy the moment, which goes hand in hand with the Fool here. I'm actually going to put this down since I have the camera. Hand in hand with the Fool. Enjoy the moment. Take opportunities that come to you. And there is a warning with the 5 of Cups here, which is like, don't focus on this thing that you have been hyper-focused on. It's time to not be focused on, because maybe you've gone as far as you can without this third party, or without another opportunity opening up, a door opening up, or someone stepping forward to present themselves for the next phase of, whatever. Okay. I think that's it, guys. I think I'm going to call it here. I hope this helps you Scorpios out. I hope you guys got something out of this and this resonated for you. If you did, please press the like button if you would. That does help me out a lot because the algorithm and everything. But regardless, thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you in a couple weeks. Take care.